Listen, I get it. Your brain is juggling 100 things. You've got work deadlines, you've got grocery lists, doctor's appointments, texts that you still need to reply to, emails that you flagged 2 weeks ago, and it just constantly feels like things are slipping through the cracks. And you've heard about these life-changing systems that are supposed to help you manage the chaos. But what do those actually look like in real life? What does it mean to have everything in one place? Not just, your business tasks, but your life. And how does someone actually use a tool like Asana to run their world? That's what I'm going to show you today. I'm Carrie Bentley, co-founder of Lifehack Method. I run our business with a fully remote team. I have 3 kids. We all manage launches, retreats, our work team and our home team, everyday logistics, and we keep it all inside one clean, simple system inside of our Asana. So let me show you how it works behind the scenes. Now, we've been using Asana at Lifehack Method for over 10 years. We have launched countless programs, hired dozens of team members, planned retreats, tracked our goals, heck, raised our family and booked vacations, all from inside this one system. So is it the only tool that works? Definitely not. But for me, Asana is that sweet spot between powerful and not overwhelming and yet simple. So it's free to get started. And yes, even after a decade, I am still using the free plan. So that's how powerful it is. It also works for solo users and teams. And once you set it up, if you do it the right way, of course, it's going to completely replace your existing to-do list. It's going to reduce your reliance on your email inbox, and it's going to massively reduce your need for status check meetings. So let me walk you through the 3 core elements that make up my system in Asana. First is projects. Projects are sort of like folders that group related tasks together, but they should always have an end date. They should not just actually be a grouping of similar tasks. They should all have an end goal that makes sense. A launch is a great example for a project. So whenever we're launching a new course or we're launching an upcoming new product like our in-person retreat, these would all become projects inside of our Asana. I love projects that have a specific KPI attached to them because that gets you out of this desire to organize your tasks and shifts you into action. Now, you don't need to put every single one of your tasks into a project. These are just for major initiatives that drive towards a similar end date. So say, for example, you're a speaker and you have a really big presentation coming up and it has a specific deadline, and there's about 50 different tasks that you need to accomplish to hit that deadline. You might store all of those inside a project so you can easily see all of them together, collaborate with your team on them, and easily get them done so that you can have the most epic presentation of your life. Another way that I use projects is one of our most important ones. It's going to be for our goals. And this is where we track annual and quarterly targets for every single team member. And we're going to tie them directly to the tasks and initiatives that each team member is accountable for. So this keeps everyone aligned and working towards the same milestones, and it gets that transparency, right? Even though we're all remote, we all fully understand why what we're doing is important and how we're going to be impacting the business this year. The next feature that is oh so important in Asana is tasks. This is the lifeblood of Asana. It's the lifeblood of your whole system. So every single thing that I need to do, whether it's, I got to schedule my daughter's doctor's appointment, or, oh my gosh, we have a launch coming up, I've got to draft a whole launch email sequence. Each of those goes into a task. And very importantly, every single task needs to have a due date, it has a clear description, and it has supporting links or documents so that I don't have to go and hunt everywhere for all the materials I need just to take action on it. They all store right there. And all of my tasks have a clear done criteria so that I know exactly what finished looks like. If I just need to draft something, I need to draft it. But if I need to review something for my team, they'll put review there in the subject of the task. And if I need to execute and launch or publish something, all of those go in that first word of the task. So every task is written then with that verb-first action. Like send pitch deck to Jenny, or outline module 2 script. That way, there is zero ambiguity. There's many other ways I love to use tasks. For example, I love to add a little star emoji to tasks that are related to my champagne moment. So this is the number 1 most leveraged thing I can do this week. And so this way I can sort of spot those tasks instantly and make sure that I'm doing them first, or at least protecting my time around them. By the way, I have a video about champagne moments also, so I'll link it below. Okay, and the third area is my tasks list. This is where I spend most of my time in Asana, and it's where everything sort of comes together. In my mind, it's where Asana really starts to feel like magic. Because instead of jumping sort of in and out of my projects all day, this is something I see clients do a lot, is they sort of jump between all of their Asana projects. I just live in the My Tasks view. This is just a consolidated view of everything assigned to me across all areas of my life and business. So whether it's retreat planning, YouTube scripts, doctor's appointments, it doesn't matter. It all just shows up here in one clean, actionable list. And I've also added some automation features to this using the rules feature. So what happens is if I need to reassign a task for a later date, then it'll just pop that task back up into my to-do list without me having to manually do that. It'll just automatically do that. So for example, I've built a rule that automatically moves anything that becomes due today into my today section so that I don't have to drag and click and find and filter. My top priorities for the day just appear on my list. And from there, I use the 5-3-1 rule to structure my day every day. So that's 5 small tasks, 3 medium tasks, and 1 really big task. This keeps my workload focused and manageable and helps me avoid that trap of, starting everything and putting my fingers in everything, but actually moving the ball forward on nothing. So I'm not bouncing between folders and projects and calendars. I literally just open my tasks, I see what matters, and I start getting to work. And because my whole team lives in Asana too, I'm not fielding, hey, what's the status of this? Or where's this deliverable that you promised me? I'm not doing that all day because no one's guessing who's doing what and what the status is. The system just makes it obvious. There is full transparency. And if a task does need input from someone else, like it needs collaboration, I'll either reassign it to them for their step, or I'll comment with my question. And they'll see it right then in their My Tasks view, usually in their today or to be sorted section, again, with all the details, all the past history, the due date, the context, already there. So there's no need for separate emails or Slack pings or, follow-up messages 3 days later. They'll do their part. They'll mark it either complete or they'll pass it back to me, and it just keeps moving. So we don't need check-in meetings at all. And we don't need project managers chasing people down all week. The system is what does the heavy lifting. And that's what makes this so brilliant and so sustainable, okay? This is not about personal productivity. It's about shared transparency and clarity. This is how we can run all of our launches, get all our client work done, get all our content made, get all our internal operations done without clogging up everyone's inboxes and without overworking. There's no micromanaging, there's no confusion, there's just that sense of steady forward motion. Really, the system isn't about getting organized at all. It's actually about creating freedom. Because when I trust that nothing is falling through the cracks, I can actually focus. I can actually, take weekends off. I can show up for my family and my team without that low-level worry that I'm probably forgetting something, oh my gosh, that hum in the background. So that's the real ROI of this. But I will say, most people who try Asana are going to give up on it for one of 2 reasons. The first is they overcomplicate it. They do. They try to use every feature. They try to do every view. They try to use every integration, and it just becomes overwhelming. And then they underuse it. Okay, they ignore it. Then they keep using their email. They keep using their paper to-do list and other tools alongside of Asana. And guess what? Asana just gets added to the pile of tech that you don't use. So the secret, start small. Okay, start super small. Just the tasks for today, just the tasks for this week. When you keep it simple, when you keep it small, you're going to start using it consistently. And when you start using it consistently, that's when you can start building it out into a full system. So if this made you go, whoa, I totally need this in my life, then good news. I put everything I know about Asana into a full course where I teach you how to build my exact same system from scratch. And it's built for professionals and entrepreneurs who want a system that is just easy to stick with, aligned with how your brain naturally works, and powerful enough to support your business and your lifestyle. You'll see real walkthroughs of our exact workspace, how I set up in detail our goals project, how I do our weekly planning, how to build automations that make your day feel effortless. And the link to that is in the description if you want to check it out. So let me know in the comments, what are you struggling with right now in your task manager? What do you wish it did for you? And if you're obsessed with becoming the most focused, free, and high-performing version of yourself, hit subscribe and come along for the ride with us. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.